Joining me now is NBC News foreign correspondent Josh Lederman, who's reporting live for us from Ofakim, Israel, south of Tel Aviv. Josh, good morning. Thanks for joining us. What are the U.S. leaders saying about increasing its military presence in Israel?
Hey, good morning, Katie. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is saying that he has made this decision to increase the U.S. military presence following consultations with President Joe Biden. And in addition to moving those carrier strike groups that you mentioned under the command of U.S. Central Command, which oversees the U.S. military presence here in the Middle East, he also says that the U.S. is deploying a Patriot anti-aircraft battery as well as THAAD missile defense capabilities to this region. As well, the U.S. will be moving more troops onto a ready-to-deploy status, which means that they could very quickly move into position here in the Middle East if called upon. But we should point out, Katie, the U.S. still says they have no plans to put boots on the ground in the Gaza Strip or somehow be directly involved in kinetic action there. But this is more about the concern about what happens if this starts to spiral and bring in to play a broader conflict in the region. Just overnight, we saw Israeli airstrikes not only in the Gaza Strip, but also in the West Bank and also targeting two sites in Syria. We've seen Iran threaten to get involved. And so this is really an effort by the U.S. to increase its deterrence to countries like Iran and Syria, the U.S. trying to keep this contained to here in Israel and not let it spiral into a much broader conflict.
Josh, we're obviously keeping an eye on what's happening on the northern border of Gaza, but then we're also interested in what's happening at the Rafah border crossing, which is down at the southern part of Gaza. Are there any new plans to let foreigners out of the Gaza Strip and to allow that critical aid in?
Well, as far as the aid, there is some positive movement this morning. After yesterday's delivery that you were just mentioning, it was unclear if that was going to be a one-time thing or if it would come day after day. Now we are seeing those 17 aid trucks. They've moved into the Egyptian side of the border. If you think about it, there's kind of a no man's land between Egypt and Gaza. That's where those trucks are now. They haven't yet gotten into the Gaza side, but it's promising that they've at least made some progress through that border checkpoint. But as far as getting civilians out, we frankly just have not seen any progress on that front in days, Katie. There have been thousands of foreigners, dual nationals, including Americans, who have been waiting at that border crossing for days, hoping maybe today is the day that some people will get out. But for now, they remain waiting without any immediate prospect for making it out of the Gaza Strip, Katie.